So, let's see. 68 decks and I can't decide. 67 now because I ruined one of them. That's a long story. Not really a long story, but ain't got nothing to do with this. So, let's see. I don't know why I pushed record and I wasn't ready, but bear with me. Let's use this. No, you know what? We're going to use the ones we rarely use. How about that? I had this one out a minute ago. I was making a video just now, and I just kept prattling on, so I didn't release it. I'm going to delete that one. But what I found out in the reading, because I was covering why the whole Donald Christ Superstar thing came out, and yes, I understand. So there is this imbalance. He's delusional, but not because of that. Just because he is. I think the surrounding energies is a little too much for him right now. And he slowly is kind of going a little crazy. Surrounding energies being all of the court cases, all of the accusations, all of the this, that's going to wear on anybody. And the fact that he can't watch every show on Fox News because some of them are criticizing him. People in the White House, there's grumblings behind his back. There's Ivanka going to him, telling him, don't do this. And she's supposed to be on his team. And so it wounds him a little bit. And so he's delusional. Because he's starting to crack. I think that's a better way to say it. And as far as the I'm Christ, King of the Jews type of thing, I don't take that too seriously. Now, what they're going to say also is that, liberals don't let him make a joke. Remember when Obama made an inappropriate joke? It didn't last in the news forever and ever and ever. So they're going to do that whole thing. And they're going to say liberals can't take a joke. But what I did a little reading off camera. And it says that a part of him wants this to end because he's sort of wandering in the void, searching for an answer that he already has. Just quit. Just quit. Just walk away. Literally, just walk away. That's the answer. It really is. What kicked it off for me, if I have it still, I have shuffled since then, so. What kicked it off for me is usually in the Six of Swords, there shows a person sort of being ferried across stormy waters or rocky waters, choppy waters, until calmer waters. This one, on the other hand, I think the ripples are supposed to signify the sort of bothered water. But these are just ordinary ripples of a person who is ferrying themselves across. So this card spoke to me in a different way this time. The Six of Swords is a transition card. Because you're going from stormy seas to calmer waters. This person is using a stick, which would indicate the bottom is not that far, which you could probably wade across in this water just walking. This person also has their sword sticking in the bottom of the boat, which is not a good idea, but I understand. The symbolism of you carrying all your baggage with you is kind of what it is. So this person is not being ferried by someone else who does this all the time. They're doing it themselves. The moon sort of gives this indication to me that maybe something is not quite clear, as the actual moon card is about mystery and sometimes delusion. So here you are in the middle of the night, going across a pond with everything that you own in the boat with you. All of your baggage, all of your carry-ons, all of your everything in the boat with you as you ferry across the water that you can clearly probably just walk through. So there's a delusion of danger around every corner. There's a delusion that something is out there for me to discover. Someone is probably trying to come get me. So here I leave in the middle of the night, cloaked, for escape. He wants out. He wants out. Just quit. That's all I got to do. We wouldn't be sad at all. Because I said he wasn't running. This was way back in the day when I first started my channel. I said he wasn't going to run because he needed to. He's going to say he needs to be there for his family. And so he's on the search. So I also had a little reading right after that. This is the one I did on camera where I was just prattling on and on. That someone close to him, we start with the tower for God's sakes, someone close to him, business-wise, or someone who has done some sort of money dealing with him, is going to be called into court. I think charges are going to be brought against them, and they're going to implicate Trump because the betrayal kept coming up over and over and over again. So whoever it is that the law comes to get in September, they're going to turn on Trump. Well, they're going to release information that can be used against him. I won't say they turn on him completely, but yes. So here's a little peek at the outcome, the Chariots. I also think that, I'll say it this way, because I don't ever want to speak death on nobody. I don't think that's right. But I think his soul is ready to go. I'll just say it that way and I'll leave it there. So we start with the tower. We're looking at Donald Trump's September. There's the tower. And the Nine of Swords. So now we have worry, we have stress, anxiety, fear, depression, nightmares, which I think he is having. Crossed by the Judgment. Judgment and the Chariot keep coming up and up and up. Judgment, Chariot, Death. Judgment, Chariot, and Death to me sounds like someone wanting to cross over. Like he's done. This is not probably his case because this is usually somebody who has been sick, but we'll see. Three of Wands. Interesting. Anyway, that's waiting on your harvest, waiting on your ships, waiting on your news, waiting on something. Temperance. There's moderation there. Teamwork. Ah, that's what it is. Because this deck, the images are a little different. Because usually it's waiting on ships to come in with the Three of Wands. But as you see, they want something to drink. They want to sort of drink and be merry. They are dwarves, so therefore they probably got together to knock the cup over. Now it's in the stream. Now they can just drink until they're content. The Temperance card is about moderation. So control yourself. That does not seem to be the case with this little guy here. He seems to have a glass in both hands and swing from the chandelier type of thing. So this is telling me teamwork. Like, since there is no moderation, so there's teamwork. Get what you want out of the situation. Who's teamwork? This is what I said, though. That is what I said. So the Hierophant in the Nine of Pentacles about money and the government. So now we're talking someone who has been business with him being hauled into court. New outlook with the Hangman. King of Cups. This is where I got initially someone's going to betray him, because this is in his sphere the last time. The King of Cups to me is Donald Trump's support system. So these are the people who are around him, the munitions and bars and carrying on. But someone around him who he has done business with will be hauled into court, and they will name him in everything they could possibly name him in. Ten of Wands is in the pier. He fears the burden. So maybe look for gag orders. King of Wands. I don't know who that is. Maybe the person that's hauled in, so he maybe hopes that that person can be a little more tight-lipped. Because they're offering up something in that picture. I can't tell what it is, though. Maybe that's another thing. It's just offering up something that's unclear. So maybe the person who gets hauled in is a fire sign man, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo, or at least someone in charge of something. And he maybe hopes that they will go in and offer something a little ambiguous and vague. We'll see. Your environment, Two of Swords, the crossroads. Which way do you go? Inability to make a decision. The Empress. Because of the new action, it has now brought you to a point of indecision. How do we handle this? This is why he's having all the nightmares. So your warning. The Six of Pentacles. The exact same card as the last reading. So what I got from this, okay, so let's kind of take it back through a couple cards here. Well, we'll just do this one. So there is a fire sign man that is going to be testifying because he is going to be hauled into court for something. Either he's going to be brought up on charges or there's some charges somewhere that he has to testify to. You hope, since this is in your fear, the burden is in your fear with the Ten of Wands. You hope that he goes in, because he's in your hopes, and offer up something ambiguous and vague. Don't really answer straight answers. But he's going to, and here's why I say that. Your warning card. The little guy, whoever he is, the little guy comes in to help the bigger guy move the boulder. Law, whoever your little friend is that gets hauled into court, are going after something bigger than just him. He's hauled into court, yes, but he is not the target of the investigation. He is not the prize. He is just the method to the prize. The moon is in your solace, so there is still some answers that you need from elsewhere. So he's not going to bring you down, but he is going to implicate. And then there will be some moving on because someone will probably hinder an investigation. Well, maybe not. Let me clarify that. Give me 2 cards. Already had these 2. Communication, collaboration. This is the court. Yeah. And you have the fighting. And the unwanted offers. So the court has the victory. But through much effort. Yeah. So, let's do the other spread and see what else we get. Now, this in particular deck does not have any court cards in it. But it has 2 of the major arcanas in it. Sometimes the court cards just get in my way. Or get in the way of my comprehension. So for this in particular instance, I'm going to not use them. Let's see. September. Unwanted offers on the bottom. So, the Sun. In harmony with the Ten of Cups, Devil, new relationships. So again, with the Sun shining on your new relationships. They're not healthy ones though, so this is why this is a big deal. Money offers, new, shipments, and the Emperor. So a new case about something in Russia. There's a new something. A new something involving money. So maybe a new tie, some new evidence. Maybe your tax returns have finally come back. But there's a new tie to Russia, financially speaking. Anxiety, fighting, lovers, secrets. So now we're talking, the team is now sort of at each other's throats. Justice around the money. You have to defend yourself, and now we have the loss. Justice comes for the money, defense, and loss. So by December, you could be unemployed. These things take time. So, if we get new financial information involving Donald Trump and Russia, because this guy goes into court and gives you up, could we see a resignation? Will Donald Trump resign in September? Preparation. Cooperation. Judgment. Chariots. Sneaking with the Seven of Swords. Sneaking away. Moving on. This is kind of already got the money, so he didn't need the job anymore. Unwanted offers or unwanted advancements, or just moping and being a little melancholy. There's for the future. Or the star. Let's clarify the star. Future. So an unwanted advancement or offer for the future. It's in the fear. Harmony. Now this one is my Democrat card, because the Ten of Cups is my GOP card. But this one being my Democrat card because it seems to be a little more harmonious with the nation, or at least in the nation is more Democratic than it is Republican. So it seems to be a little more harmonious. And then the GOP seems to be a little more about money. So that's why I flipped them. Your hopes is the rebirth or the birth of something new. Your environments will be fighting and bickering. Behind it is something strong. Clarify the strength. The government, they will be in a position of strength. One more. Yeah, the alliances in the government will be in a position of strength. So your opposition will have a strong case. Time is not on your side. This is your warning. So I think the inevitability, this is also the karma card, what goes around comes around. Your solace, there is wishful thinking. You do fight this because you think you can get out of it. Your outcome, Six of Cups and the Fool. Clarify Six of Cups for me. Triumph and moving forward. The Emperor. Relationships. Defending. I think what's going to happen is Donald Trump will have a case that has the potential to be brought against him, because we know how Nancy is doing things right now. She's either in action or just we don't see her for months at a time. So give up on her. It is what it is. If she comes out and says something, she does. If she doesn't, then he'll be here full term. But there is a case they can bring against him. They had one before. All they need to do is start it. Because here's your triumph. Not without effort, though. The Emperor, so authority. The new relationships, the new alliances. And then here's court with the defending. So they can bring the case. Will they is a whole nother thing. If they bring a case, then by December, you could see the end of Donald Trump. If they do not bring a case, then he just may be here full term. But I think by the end of the year, he is out. Five cards by the end of the year. Well, let's do some timing. I did timing the last time. The timing said 15 months, so that's 2020, which is why I think he's still going to make it. 15 to 19 months, which is 2020. November of 2020. Election season. So, there's one. So since we got this new case coming, so 1 to 12, that's 13. What is 13 weeks from here? 13 weeks is 3 months. So by December, October, November, December, well, September, October, November. So either 13 weeks or 13 months. Then we will have a start of the Fool going bye-bye. So, if they bring the case, then that is the end of Donald. If they do not, I believe he will make it full term.